hanging on for now.
Well, here I am back once again for lap 3. I tell you what, it wouldn't be a TTL live stream if something didn't go just horribly wrong with the internet.
Oh, like I said, sure you're not using next door's internet there, Kieran?
I really hope not. Anyway, here comes Spike on the back of Technique Gaming, coming towards, through turn 10 they go, and then towards turn 11. Siege has made his way up the field then, into 5th place on a set of super soft tyres, and he's closing on this battle for 3rd place.
That is really good for Siege. All he's got to do is keep his nose clean, just literally pick him off gently, and just look after his tyres. He's got advantage on cars ahead.
Absolutely. Well, we'll have to wait and see what sort of battles will develop throughout the race. We're only on lap 3 and already we've had a little bit of drama. Blood and Sand disqualified from the race, so that is...
He jumped the start and then reversed.
Oh, I see. Ah, so yeah.
He jumped the start and then he decided to slam it in reverse. It's just like, oops.
Well, here comes... well, Spike did try and move on Technique Gaming there, but he just didn't have the grip to keep that move stuck there. So, unfortunately for him, it's another lap spent behind this Ferrari. But Technique, in recent races, has really shown his form out there.
Yeah, he's doing really well. He is doing really well. He's shown his worth. You never know, he might have a race seat next season.
Yeah, absolutely.
A regular driver. That'd be another interesting one. But just literally just watch on from Siege's point of view. There's obviously Spike's tyres don't seem to be in too great condition. Obviously into lap 4, but it could be just like down to like.
Oh, Blizzard here! Oh, he's gone off track. Ooh. Tried to have a move on Light E there. Sorry to just completely cut you across. Oh, he's lost the back end again. Oh, he looks a little bit. You know,
a little bit. Nightmare start. Is that the nightmare start?
Absolutely. That back end does not want to behave, and that is opening up an opportunity for Ollie to get some DRS and some proper slipstream on the championship leader.
This will be interesting. See what Ollie can do. Watching on the back of Blizzard's rear wing. Luckily, Blizzard's got DRS just to keep Ollie at bay.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to wait and see what he can do as we head down towards turn 12. Doesn't make the move, doesn't even try for that one.
No, Technique Stone's now to cause a train. He's now got T-Roll, and obviously Light E now approaching that battle as well, along with Blizzard. So this is like battle pretty much leading to 3rd in a train.
Absolutely. Well, we'll have to see again what these battles are going to be like. Meanwhile then, Darren Sinclair is just trying to run away with it. 1.8 separates himself from Lambo, so we'll be hoping that stays up for the rest of the race.
Lambo is keeping Darren honest, obviously within just under like 2 seconds, so he doesn't escape.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a move.
Battle for change in position for 10th for Poe. Obviously, who took Gort, pulling on to my dash. But
absolutely. Well, I think the Gort made a mistake there because he's now 1.1 behind Poe. So I think the Gort may have got a little bit of oversteer. As now we flick on board with Blizzard now as he tries to chase down Light E, but he really seems to be struggling through this S section.
Yes, the S section, you want like a decent aero and obviously decent amount of weight on the back. But as you can see there, Blizzard literally back end does not look solid at all.
Absolutely, and that is just again inviting pressure from Ollie to try and have a go here. He is on the set of super soft tyres, and well, you could easily try and see a move here. Meanwhile, here comes Spike. Is he going to try and move down the inside of Technique Gaming? He definitely tries. Technique locks up, and Spike trying to go down the inside into turn 12 there, trying to go around the outside through turn 13. They do give each other the room there, and this will give Spike the opportunity to try and go down the inside into turn 15. A little bit of contact. But can Siege seize the opportunity?
Free wide.
3 wide through this right-hander stage here, and Spike takes the position away from Technique for now. And well,
that is close. That was close.
Well, absolutely. But Spike now has that 3rd place. He's up from 6th place here. But look at this battle. It's drawn in here. Siege in 5th there. Traw 6th. They're all battling now for what is 3rd place right now.
It's going to be very interesting. The question is on the ultras, who will blink first for a pit stop?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As well, Blood and Sand has left the session. We'll have to see what that does to the slipstream in this lobby. Maybe there'll be a lack of dirty air now, who knows. But there is that common theme. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Meanwhile, we've got Z3 here on the back of Plaster. We'll have to have an eye on that. Make sure we keep an eye on that battle. As again, this battle for third place is still heating up.
Plaster's having fun and games through the S section there. Kind of a little bit what I've seen, but C3 is definitely right on the back of Plaster. He might just have him down the DRS straight if he gets his lines perfectly.
And you could class this, if Trulli was in that Red Bull, I think we'd know the terminology used here, but that is a bit of a circus all the way down to Ollie there in 9th place right now. All of them are going to try and fight over a podium.
Just watching C3 at the moment here, Kieran. Coming on the back of Plaster, DRS completely open. Going down the inside, C3's going. Is he got him? Looks pretty easy, he's got it. Yeah, he's just hanging. Plaster's not giving up. No, yeah, C3's now got him. So that's a position up to 13 there for C3. His next target's Maze. See where he goes.
Well, we've got Technique here running a little bit wide on a couple of corners, and again that invites Siege. Oh, that's a Sauber into the pits. Is that Troll? It is Troll.
Ooh, and back in goes, and there goes his front wing on the front left.
And he's trying to, yeah, he slowed right down there, trying to adjust his MFD. Now, did he get the opportunity to change his front wing?
I probably don't think so.
Well, if it's on auto, if it's certain wing damage, he won't get that repaired. And he's not going to.
Maze is in the pits. Front wing change as well for Maze. Oh no, that's not good. Getting a wing damage on soft tyres. Does it look like Maze is going to be on a 2-stop?
Oh, we've got an incident here. That's Blizzard off the track.
Blizzard off the track again. Oh no.
He's got to be careful how he rejoins. He does rejoin, and well, Blizzard here is still in the points for now, but he is struggling. Oh, loses that back end again.
Yeah, his back end. It looks like his ultras are literally.
Oh, he's gone again.
He's gone. He's gone. He's now just been overtaken by his teammate.
And he's dropped down into 12th place. This is the championship leader right now, and he's having a nightmare. This is the worst thing that could have happened to him.
This will be literally. Oh no, Blizzard's. Yeah, no, Blizzard's
He's gone. The championship leader is out of this race.
No,
well, that sends. Well, that sends a huge message to Darren Sinclair. He'll have seen that message and think now, I've just got to keep this on the road.
Yeah, Darren's just literally got to keep on the road and just keep aiming for his lines and marks.
Yeah, absolutely. Spike here.
Still got pressure from Lambo.
Spike here looks like he's well, that Trulli terminology seems to have gone now, as he's trying to pull away, and Light E there is 2.1 behind Siege. So the battle between Spike, Technique and Siege is now starting to hot up a little bit. Battle for third place, and Spike looks like he just wants to try and get away, but he just can't seem to get the too far ahead. And when I say too far ahead, I mean DRS zone. Once you're outside of that DRS zone, you start to find building the gap to the car behind gets a little bit easier.
Well, obviously, you know, the car in front, obviously, like Spike is in front of Technique. Obviously, Spike has a good advantage because obviously he's got Clara in front of him. The car behind, obviously, yeah, we're going a bit faster, but obviously, the dirty air just messes up your tyres.
Now, let's have a word about Troy at the moment, because he switched onto a set of soft tyres, but he didn't change his front wing. Now, I'll take you back to Monaco, where he managed to hold on to third place with a broken front wing, and well, it was a rated driver of the day performance back then. I wonder if he can. Well, it's a wider circuit, granted, but can he perform a miracle again?
What he's got to do now, obviously, where he's pitted a bit early for them softs. Just literally, he has to just nurse his tyres lap by lap, just push when he needs to, mainly on the straights, but in the corners, just taking it easy. Oh,
absolutely.
Darren's in the pits.
Absolutely. This looks like it's going to be a switch onto a set of soft tyres then, so in he comes into the pit lane, and there is his pit box.
Technique's in as well.
Technique is in as well, you're right. On go a set of soft tyres as he emerges from the garage there, and I had to switch away before Darren ran over his pit crew there. Graphic scenes required. Yeah, Darren Sinclair has rejoined in 7th place there, and Technique.
Vital.
Absolutely.
He's in clear air.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Technique here has rejoined in P10. Now, did he have a little bit of an incident, I wonder, heading into the pit lane, a bit like Traw did? Because he's lost a lot of time.
I know here I saw he had like a 3-second penalty. Oh, someone's gone off wide. Was that C3 gone off wide?
I'm not too sure, but
I think I just caught C3 went off wide.
Well, if I could just interrupt you once again, Steph, because this is now a battle for 3rd place. Sorry, 2nd place now, as the leader is pitted. This is Spike versus Siege here as we head towards turn 12. None of them try a move. Lighty, meanwhile, is leading this battle for 4th place with Ollie and Poe on his tail, currently there. And of course, if they're starting to battle each other, then they won't get a chance to catch the pack ahead. Technique, meanwhile, is trying to make up for lost time. He's down the inside of Z3, heading into turn 12 here. And can he get that move done? A little bit of a curb assistance there, but he has got the move done.
We can get away on this track with actually cutting not like corners, but cutting the curves a bit, gaining a nice bit of time. If you come in wide. Oh, heavy Spike gone into the pits.
So here he comes then, obviously.
And Lighty.
So we're seeing now some of these super soft runners start to get a little bit of a run here. Interesting.
Super softs.
Well, that is interesting.
Spokes on soft. Sorry, it's just glitchy on my end.
Yeah, it happens to me as well. Don't worry. Lighty also on a set of soft tyres. Away he goes. Interestingly though, Lambo is still building a gap to Siege on a set of worn ultra soft tyres.
Oh, he's got to be careful though. You don't want to be going out on them for too long. But
absolutely.
Again, depends on his tyre wear.
Is there a possibility then that Lambo could go onto a set of super softs?
There's a good high chance of it. Has been done. Oh, sector 1 and sector 2.
Well, and that is Z3. Z3 is off
Z3.
Yeah, Z3 had a spin there, and I think Spike went to avoid him and picked himself up a time penalty.
Oh, unfortunate. That is unfortunate.
Meanwhile, Troy's got past Plaster, and meanwhile his teammate Lighty is trying to do the same thing as they head down towards turn 11 now, and Lighty should have the DRS here. Troy just a little bit slow on the exit there, and is this team orders, I wonder? Surely not, but he's got the DRS.
Come on guys, fight it out.
Well, Plaster has DRS as well, so they've got to be careful, those Saubers. Troy's not putting up too much of a fight to his teammate, and Lighty then moves up into 8th place, ahead of his teammate Troy. Now, I wonder if he's been released by his teammate there. Meanwhile,
I think that looks more release.
Meanwhile, Lambo now into the pits. Now, I'm thinking soft tyres then. This is too early for a set of super softs. Away he goes. Yep, soft tyres for Lambo then. Poe here, right in the slipstream of Ollie, as now they move up. This is the battle now for 2nd place. Poe is trying to move up the inside into turn 1, and they leave each other a little bit of space. Obviously, with Poe there, he's not going to get the traction, and that's Darren Sinclair blitzing around the outside, completely out of nowhere.
Oh, nice one, Darren.
Nice one. Darren Sinclair has, very advantageous there. He's just taken 3rd place away.
New fresh tyres as well. Optimal grip.
Absolutely. Now he's going to try. Now he's going to try and find a way past Ollie here as we head down the hill towards turn 11, and he's going to try and move up the inside as he tucks back in, and I reckon he's going to wait for turn 12.
Might even get him down on the straight.
He could do. He'll have the slipstream and the DRS as we head down this straight now. Also, Poe is behind them as well. So
here we go. Darren's going for it down the inside.
Can he make that move stick? Is he side by side? Yep, he's actually a car ahead before the corner. So Darren Sinclair then up into 2nd place. His next target then is Siege, and well, Darren Sinclair there is making this look easy.
Wow, he's probably like mighty relieved underneath that crash helmet. Literally his face would be smiling, like knowing that blood's is out.
Absolutely a chance here to get that gap down to 26 points and reel him right back into this championship hunt.
You never know, championship will probably go down to the wire.
It could do, depending on form. We'll have to wait and see.
Yes.
Meanwhile then, Poe is not giving up on this battle with Ollie here, and down the main straight they go. This is a great camera angle to look at it from the helicopter as we head up the hill towards turn 1. A very interesting turn 1. Poe try to move up the inside, but again can't quite get the grip there to make that move stick.
Plaster's in the pits.
Plaster, yep, the first super soft runner to come in, and I'm thinking then this will be a set of soft tyres.
Looks like softs to me.
And so we'll see how he goes then.
I'll get him comfortably to the end of the race.
Absolutely. Poe here still not giving up on this battle, and still wants this position.
Back. Adam K and T-Raw going into turn 1. T-Raw's down the inside.
Absolutely, yeah.
Going for a switch back. Oh, little minor contact, but just get away with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Troll then must have pitted then for a new front wing and a new set of super soft tyres. Now, Steph, will that get him to the end?
Being pressuring it a little bit. Might just get him to the end, but it's tight.
Well, he's got to do 15 laps on those tyres anyway, yes.
Punchy territory, that would put him in.
We've got a few battles. Yeah, we've got a few battles emerging. Siege is under threat from Darren Sinclair. Meanwhile, Poe did go up the inside this time, but instead into the pit lane.
He'll probably go on to a set of sus. Looking at it. Spike and Techno Gaming. Coming out the exit, down the start finish straight. Spike got DRS, going down the inside into turn 1. Looks like he's got it done. Spike's got it done by turn 1.
Oh, he's lost the back end there, just a slight bit. That might invite Technique back into the S's, but looks like he's got it under control now. Spike up into P5. Well, Ollie and Lambo here going side by side, heading through turn 9 there. A little bit of contact, a little bit of hand raise there. Ollie's made the move though, and Lambo will be quick to try and make that move back then. And he does, down the inside into turn 11 there, makes that move stick. Who has DRS as they head towards that zone there? It should be Lambo, so he might be able to try and pull away, and he does.
Oh, Darren and Siege. Change of position. Darren's back in net first with Siege behind him in P2. Absolutely,
down the inside into turn 12 there. He's got the move done, and looks like at the moment full 25 points for Darren Sinclair. Never speak too soon though, we're not even at the halfway point.
Spike and Technic Gaming though. This one's definitely going to be on for a while.
Well, absolutely.
They can't be separated.
Well, Spike here is trying to pull away from him. And you see there, Technique's not letting that happen.
He's keeping him honest, literally.
Here we go then, Siege into the pits then. I wonder now what tyres he goes on to, because this is right in the middle of the race. Obviously soft tyres are going to be quite slow, but they'll make it to the end. Ultra softs might not make it to the end. We'll have to see. It's soft tyres. It is soft tyres.
Well, at least Siege knows that he can push for 11 now. Doesn't need to worry about tyre 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as he doesn't spin off, he should be all good.
But is that a case now that maybe he didn't make the super soft last as long as he wanted?
Probably depends on the track temperature. Obviously, looking at it, sun's out, being on track. So the temperature could have been just rising a little bit too much for the super soft to just handle a little.
Absolutely. So there's a spanner into the works with Siege. I'm probably not the strategy he wanted. This is probably plan B, but he's out there now, P7, and quite a bit of ground to make up. So we'll quickly go through the race order in just a second. As soon as we finish up this battle between Plaster and Squeezy. Now Squeezy had to brake there. Absolutely, he had to brake there. Plaster taking it easy through the S's, trying to make those tyres last to the end. And Squeezy here wants to try and find a way past. Heading now down towards turn 11. He will have the DRS. That might tempt him to stay in the slipstream as we head around turn 11 now. And can he get that exit right then? got him in his sights. And can he try and make this move for P12 then? DRS is wide open for Squeezy. Those are up towards the end of the race, and it can really be a matter of scoring a podium and scoring 5th place.
Oh no, those 3-second penalties. Especially on a track like this, it's very easy to obtain penalties. And especially if you're in the best position and you work your heart out for it, it can be really very devastating, the amount of penalties. It's just keep it on the island.
Absolutely. Well, Z3 and Alan are still battling here. Z3's gone up the inside into turn 1 there and has taken P14 back from the Irishman. Well, Alan's not going to be very happy about that. He'll be right on his case once again.
Oh, knowing Adam being my teammate, come on, mate. He would be literally fighting back at him no matter what. So,
well, we've got Spike here on board with him. A little bit of a lag spike there. Hopefully that doesn't affect it too much. Is this part 3 looming, I wonder? I really hope not. Spike now right on the gearbox of Ollie as we head through turn 18, and Ollie comes into the pits.
Coming in. He's coming to the pits. Sorry, I was lost in the on track of drivers.
That's alright. Ollie into the pits then, and what tyres did the McLaren guys put on his car? That looks like a set of Ultrasofts. Unless they switch back to softs. Yeah, Ultrasoft tyres for Ollie.
And the one pit stop comes out of the garage.
Absolutely, running over his pit crew. They worked so hard to get the car out there. So then, Ollie, with a bit of free air on the Ultrasoft tyres, now he'll get a couple of laps, a couple of really good laps out on those tyres, but it's a case of tyre wear. Can he really get them to the end of the race?
Wow, Lambo, what was it, last, lap 11, 12, I remember, on this Ultras, so it's doable. Longs, he takes it very easy.
Yeah, but
he's start wearing.
Yeah, but he's got to do 13 laps on those tyres, so interesting to see how he does then. With the field a little bit spread out then. Oh, that's Technique!
Ooh, what's that Technique?
Technique has retired from the race. He's still...
That's a bit bizarre.
That is bizarre, isn't it? I think that's an internet connection, because he wouldn't have retired like that otherwise. He was in a good position, P4.
He was doing really well. He did good qualifying, and then just to have that happen is just very unfortunate. I
think for Technique, that's going to have to go down as a DSC, a disconnection. So he becomes our 3rd retirement of this race. So who are we seeing now? We've got Poe still Siege trying to chase down Siege. Ollie will be expecting a fast lap from him next lap. I'm expecting fastest lap from Ollie here.
Wow, he is in a McLaren, you know, he might do of Alonso.
I mean, hopefully all the cars have a Mercedes engine, obviously.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, lap 17, Darren Sinclair, the gap between himself and Lambo has stabilised at around 3.9 seconds, and it is starting to come down. Is this Darren Sinclair backing off? Just have a quick run through of the order then. I was about to do it before Technique retired. Darren Sinclair currently leads the way. Lambo is in 2nd, Spike in 3rd, Lighty is 4th, Siege in 5th, Poe is in 6th, Ollie is in 7th, Mays in 8th, The Gort is in 9th place, Straw in 10th, Squeezy in 11th, Plaster is 12th, C3 13th, and Alan K is running in 14th place. And Technique has left the session, so it wasn't it could have been a disconnection then.
Yeah, that one's a bit bizarre. It doesn't look like no damage whatsoever.
Absolutely. Well, we'll have to wait and see what he says after the race then, if he puts something in the chat. Normally people do that. But again, we'll have to wait and see as Alan picks himself up at 3-second time penalty.
CG and Poe starting to be a little bit more hot enough. Poe slowly catching him up.
Absolutely. Through this flying right-handers now towards turn 18. And there, Siege and Poe are starting to close in on Light E as well. So that's going to become a battle for 4th place, yes. So here they go then, towards the start-finish line. We have 11 laps to go in this US Grand Prix as we head up towards turn 1. And I wonder who's going to win this battle then. Light E Currently the highest running Sauber then, and looks like those team orders in the end worked out for Troll. He's currently running in P4.
Yeah, Lighty up in P4, obviously being homed in by CG and Poe.
Well, here comes... sorry to interrupt you. Z3 is right on the back of Plaster now as we head up towards turn 1. Almost made contact with him. Plaster defends the inside line. Z3 trying to go around the outside here and backs out of the move. Yeah, he backs out of the move there. Was not confident in that move there, and he has to follow Plaster all the way through this S section here.
This will hurt if you're following the car. Oh, C3 cut a little bit on that S section there. Don't want to be doing too many of that there, C3.
Yeah, absolutely. We have Lambo, yeah, again, 3.7 seconds. It is coming down, that gap, but very gradually. I think it's coming down at a pace that won't worry Darren Sinclair too much then. He'll cross the line then. 10 laps to go in this American Grand Prix then. We head up the hill for the 19th time on board with Darren Sinclair as he heads towards turn 1, and he's made this look easy so far. A little bit of a way to go then. We have around 30 kilometres of this track to go.
Looks like Darren's just literally do like the old tease me like Lewis Hamilton would do in the race. Like, just get yourself coasted in front, let the car behind catch up, and then just like literally pull away.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see if he does do that. Z3 meanwhile trying to go up the inside of Plaster. Looks like he took a lot of curb there coming through turn 15 as we head through 16 and 17 there towards 18.
Oh, and so is Poe and CG are very close as well. Two battles we'll keep an eye out for.
Yeah, absolutely, as well as the two Mercedes teammates, Mays and the Gort here, and flying through the S section here. That's going to be a little bit of well, we'll see if team orders are used. A lot of battling to do here, and Z3 up the inside of Plaster into turn 1 here, and he's made that move stick. A lot more confident that time around. Z3 has taken P12 away from the Red Bull driver of Plaster.
The two Mercedes are
literally Z3. Close. Z3's off. Z3's gone off the track, and all that hard work. He's kept it on the tarmac though, but he has to do all that hard work again. Meanwhile, you were saying the battle between these Mercedes.
Yes.
Here comes the Gort then, and I think Mays might be able to let his teammate go. He will put up a little bit of a battle, that's for sure. But the Gort there locking up into turn 12 there. The Gort takes 8th place there, and of course Mays didn't put up too much of a fight. Here comes
Lighty.
Yeah, Lighty ran wide, and Siege here has taken full advantage, goes up into P4, and this opens up an opportunity for Poe here to try and grab P5 away from Lighty as they head towards turn 1. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Down the inside.
It's his favourite move, but again, just couldn't find the gap there, and has lost a lot of time there. But Siege then moves up into 4th place and will now try the charge to try and get Spike and to try and get a podium.
Ooh, that depends. It depends on his pace. 10 seconds is the gap.
Well,
8 laps to go.
Well, 9 laps to go.
See what happens if he pulls that pace.
Well, Mays
battling again.
Well, I think Mays went up the inside of turn 1 there and got the time penalty for cutting the corner, then let the Gort back through, and inadvertently let Traw back through as well. So now the Gort's under threat from Traw, and well, I think that's a little bit of a disaster from the Mercedes crew there.
That's not ideal. Not with two teammates. You know, you want to battle. Fair enough. You know, you fight out on track, but sometimes just let your teammate go if he's quicker. So you think of the points.
Oh, the Gort's lost the back end!
Oh!
Into the wall he goes! He's lost his front wing!
Oh no! Oh God! Now he's got to literally get the car back into the pits and literally change the front wing.
Absolutely, and it's so painful having to wait for every single car to pass before you can rejoin the track. He's rejoined in 13th, but he has retired from the session, so he's called it a day.
Oh, that's a shame.
And becomes a 4th retirement of the race then.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, absolutely. Lighty then still under pressure from Poe then. He runs wide into turn 1, but look at that, gets much better exit than Poe heading out of turn 1 there So maybe he planned that. Maybe he planned that little bit of understeer there. I wonder. But yeah, the highest running Sauber at the moment. Meanwhile,
in the pits.
This will be a move on to ultra softs, I reckon.
Yeah, he's going to literally try and get the fastest lap reward. He is. He's going on ultras.
Absolutely. Well, it's between him and Alan at the moment. Alan came in for a set of ultra soft tyres to try and set a fastest lap. Here comes Poe then. Again, trying to go down the inside of Lighty, but either he's not confident to do this or he just can't get close enough. Either way, he stays behind, and Ollie here is reeling them in. But like I said before, degradation is going to play its part soon.
Indeed, the ones on softest tyres now, obviously, who just pitted, probably get the beneficial out of the tyres and people who hit 3 to 3 laps earlier. Oh, Alan Kay's got the fastest lap on 36.3.
Absolutely, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that one transpires. Here comes Z3 once again on the back of Plaster, but this time it's for a point, and Z3 wants this. Heading down towards turn 12, turn 11 on the exit here. Can he get that exit right? I think he can here. Into the slipstream he goes. Meanwhile, just a quick mention of Darren Sinclair and Lambo. Lambo's got the gap down to 2.6 seconds at the moment. Maybe a little bit of worry for Darren Sinclair. Here comes Z3 then in the slipstream coming towards turn 12. He'll try down the inside of Plaster. This is for 10th place. He wants this point. And can he get the exit right here? They're still side by side as they head towards 13 now. But no, he can't quite do it.
Plaster held that one nicely. Let's see if we go down the inside. Carried it around there, speed on the outside for the next corner to get the inside line. Nicely done.
Absolutely. Well, jumping back on board then with this battle between Lighty and Poe here. We're heading out of the S section here. Absolutely. Poe is doing everything he can to try and get past, but there's just a lack of confidence and just a lack of positioning from Poe here. Just can't quite make that move stick. Still behind Lighty. He will have the DRS though coming out of turn 11. All important, that exit out of that corner here. And it looks like he got a pretty good exit.
See where he goes. We go down the left, go down the right.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. In the slipstream he goes. And I don't think he's close enough.
He's going. He's trying
to do it. And there's contact.
Oh, and Lighty goes off the track.
Lighty goes off the track. Poe takes the position. Lighty tries to put his wing up there again. And, well, Poe takes the position then.
Oh,
Lighty trying to go up the inside. Look at this.
Oh,
and there's contact again.
This time Poe goes off.
Absolutely. Now they're trying to head through the right-handers. Yeah, absolutely. This is a little bit of a grudge match now. Poe is fed up of being behind Lighty as Mays makes a move on Z3. And, well, this looks like a little bit of a grudge match developing. Poe trying to get the better exits, and he just still can't find a way past. I reckon this is going to be moved up into turn 1 already. Lighty is trying to go defensive.
The outside this time for Poe.
But Lighty's not going to give him the room, and he can't find that way past once again. Poe has to spend another sector behind.
All they're doing is just literally burning their tyres up.
Absolutely.
And obviously lets Ollie catch up as well. So
absolutely, you read my mind there, Steph. Poe getting himself a 3-second time penalty, trying to use all the track and more to get past Lighty. Meanwhile, then Lambo 2.3 behind Darren Sinclair. Now I tell you what, if he's catching him at this rate, he will be in the DRS zone before the final few laps.
That will be an interesting one to watch. That'll be interesting to see who wins on that one. Oh, now as we speak, Poe and Lighty. What's he going to do this time? Lighty's going towards the right. Oh, Poe still wants to go down the inside. Any contact? Ooh.
No, just about kept it clean that time around. But Lighty holding on for the position here. And as you say, this is just drawing Ollie in.
Oh, no. Poe's going down the inside again. Obviously, again, Lighty just keeping himself in front.
Absolutely. Well, not quite. Lighty still holding on, and this just shows how difficult it is to actually get past Lighty. Meanwhile, then Mays gets up into the points, then overtakes Plaster. We're going to jump back on board with Poe here, who still is trying to find that way past.
Poe seems to be a bit back end happy coming out the last corner. Oh, and as we go, oh, now they're going to try it again. Deja vu.
Round the outside, can he make it stick? No, Lighty still keeps the position. And How frustrating is it, Steph, to just be behind a driver and there's nothing you could do to get past?
It is very frustrating. You like literally just like trying to know where their weak spots are and trying to capitalise on it without compromising yourself. Constantly be stuck behind the driver for many laps. It really, really frustrates you. You make mistakes and it just can cost you races.
And that's C3.
C3.
Onto
C3.
the grass. He just lost the back end there, and I think this is him retiring from the race, is it? Yes, it is. Yeah. It becomes our 5th retirement of today. And that's a shame for Z3. He was fighting for a point at one point, but no, not his day once again, and he will be absolutely distraught about that. Alan is into the pits, by the way. He's got a... No, that looked like a puncture at first sight, but I don't think it is. I think it's just the shadow.
It's not set soft to ultra soft, yes it is.
It is indeed.
Going on the car.
And away he goes. I tell you what, 4 laps to go, and the gap between the leaders is 1.6 seconds. Lambo here is not letting Darren Sinclair have his own way here. He is closing and closing fast.
Good driving from there from Lambo. Literally just keeping his head down, keeping quiet. Eking into Darren. This will be a showdown to the end if it keeps going at this rate.
Absolutely. And 4 laps to go. The gap is 1.5 seconds. I tell you what, you're right, Steph. This is going to go to the wire, this one.
Yes. Poe and Lighty, they're still going on. Obviously, Poe's a little bit back for a little while. I'm guessing just trying to get his tyres under control and try to see who goes again.
Absolutely.
Ollie's about 1.6 behind, so he's catching into this pair, depending on his tyres as well.
Absolutely. Well, Lambo is currently 3rd in the championship, so he'll be gaining points on Blizzard as well, and this would really bring him back into this championship battle as well.
Three-way battle for the championship, more the better. You know, you just you can grab it at the end.
Absolutely. Well, any points will be great for Lambo, and currently he is 1.1 behind. But you can tell right now he wants the win and nothing else.
Yes, this is definitely now literally coming to the zone of who's going to win out of these two.
3 laps to go. Heading towards turn 1, and Lambo here getting his lines right once again, and Poe is starting to drop back from Lighty here. Maybe he's worn his tyres out too much, maybe he's made a couple of mistakes, but Ollie here is now only 1.5 seconds behind the pair of them, so well, Ollie could be on for a P5 here if he keeps his head down.
With Ollie, roast him to like millions of times. He generally keeps his head down, keeps himself out of trouble, and just focus on what you've got to do. Normally likes to start on the harder tyres as well, pretty much as similar as me. Start on the hard tyre and go on the softest at the end.
Absolutely. Well, we'll have to see how that all pans out in the end, because now the gap is just 1 second, Steph.
Oh, 1 second. This is going to be literally down to the wire.
3 laps to go, and Lambo at any point is going to have some DRS, surely, on second place in the championship.
It's getting closer to the DRS point. It literally just come around. This right-hander is the detection for it. The start finishing straight. Oh, it looks like Lambo is literally, yes he is. He's going to get DRS on start finishing straight.
Absolutely. Well,
we're going to be in for a cracker 2 laps here, Kieran.
Absolutely. So Darren Sinclair will start the penultimate lap in the lead of the race, and we'll have to see how far that goes down.
Also, keep an eye for our pit battle for P5. Lighty and Poe's battles reunite again. So we've got 2 battles to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. Well, the more battles, the better, I think.
Yes.
Again, that gap is now down to under a second between the 2 leaders here. We've got Poe here on the back of Lighty. As you said, the battle's reignited with 2 laps to go. Poe here is right in the slipstream. Could this be the time he finally makes that move stick? Lighty is trying to go... Oh, there's a little bit of contact there, but Lighty's held his line and given him the room. But Poe still can't find that way past. They're going to try and go too wide through the S's. That's not a good idea.
Yes, not ideal. Not ideal. Not ideal.
Well, Poe backs out of the move, and he'll just have to try again.
So close, but yes, side by side going through the S sections, that just will end in tears.
Absolutely. Well, Lambo can't seem to quite find a way past. He's definitely under a second, definitely had the DRS, but just couldn't seem to find any time gained. Now I wonder if that's the slipstream being gone affecting this session, or whether Darren Sinclair's just running such a low drag setup that he can still pull away or cut the deficit as much as he can.
He's closing. He's closing.
Absolutely.
That's
well,
half a second, and the final lap to come. Yep.
Absolutely. Well, here we go then, around the final corner, onto the final lap of this race. Darren Sinclair is in the lead of this one, but will he be in the end of it by the end of the lap? Heading towards turn 1 now, and Lambo here.
Going for it. Lambo going for it. Lambo is going for it. Ooh, Darren's just got ahead, just about. Oh, yeah. This is going to be hot enough for the second DRS. Going through that section now.
Absolutely. Spike is coming to the pits.
Oh, no, Lambo, no. You just gained a 3-second penalty.
Well, let's see how that affects him in that battle. Spike there going onto a set of ultra soft tyres. He's dropping down the field. Now, I wonder what happened to Spike there.
Don't know, maybe a puncture?
Could have been a puncture. As we head down towards turn 11 now. Darren Sinclair still 6/10 ahead. And, well, Lambo will have the DRS, as that's the Renault of Alan Kay there in the background. A lapped car. But we'll now head down towards turn 12. And Lambo, this is really one of his last overtaking opportunities with DRS. In fact, it's his last one. The rest he has to do by himself.
I think Darren's is literally just holding on to this. He knows the few corners are not exactly overtaking spots, and Lambo's going for it. No.
No, he saw that Darren Sinclair ran slightly wide there, but that was so that you try and get a better exit as they head through this flowing right-handers now. Time is running out for Lambo. This could be a do or die move into turn 20 here. Lambo runs very wide there. Is he going to try the move? No, he's not. And this is going to be a win for Darren Sinclair and reignites that championship battle. Darren Sinclair wins the USA Grand Prix.
Well done there to Darren. Lambo. So close, literally constantly on him. Fair play, good drive.
Absolutely.
CD, P3, fair play, good drive.
Yeah, round the final corner, made that alternate strategy work for him. He's up into P3, great drive from Siege there. Meanwhile then, the battle for 4th place now, since Spike went into the pits. Lighty, I think, is just about going to hold on here. Fantastic defensive work from Lighty there, and Poe is left very frustrated in 5th place. Ollie couldn't make those ultras work towards the end there, did get penalties as well, so that promotes Spike back up into 6th place. Troy here is coming around the final corner now. He's going to try and take 8th place, and heading towards the line, takes points back for Sauber. Squeezy Lemon coming towards the line. He's going to take P9, jump Straw through penalties. And then Mays then coming around the final corner towards the line he goes, and he's going to take P10, and valuable points for Mercedes in that battle then. But your race winner today, and has cut the deficit down to 26 points now. Darren Sinclair is your winner of the USA Grand Prix. Well, Steph, we were treated to some great battles there all the way through the field, and it was great to have you in the box.
It is indeed, mate. It's always been a pleasure. Being the number 1 commentator, you know, join you in the box on this occasion.
Well, Darren Sinclair gets to lift that trophy and add another win to his cabinet. Again, cutting that deficit down to 26 points with 3 races to go, Steph.
Championship's looking very hot up now.
Absolutely.
Looks like it's going down to the wire.
Well, Lambo also gained some points on Blizzard today. He keeps himself in with a shot as he finishes in second. Then we go through the rest of the order. Siege in third, Lighty fourth, Poe in fifth, Spike sixth, Ollie in seventh, Squeezy Lemon in eighth, Troy in ninth, Maze in 10th, Plaster 11th, Alan K 12th, Z3 13th as the first of the DNFers, and then a whole load of drivers retiring, including Blizzard, the championship leader. Again, it's hotting up now, and I think, looking at the table, this is now confirmed, correct me if I'm wrong, that this is now a three-way battle between Blizzard, Darren Sinclair and Lambo.
Yeah, them three are going to be battling out for the last 3 races, especially in the next race going into is Mexico.
Absolutely. I'm just having a quick check here. Where did Traw finish? He finished in P9, so he would have got 2 points, bringing up to 185, but he's still a long way off Blizzard. I think that is Traw now out of the championship fight.
Yeah, they'll probably be focusing now, sorting out getting points in the constructors.
Absolutely. Traw with 2 wins this season will, absolutely, you're right, be now focusing and buckling down onto the Constructors' Championship. We will try and get some drivers into the commentary box to try and have a couple of words. We will see who's left in the lobby then, because that's how I normally do it.
We got Lambo, Plaster, Blizzard, Pro, Lighty and T-Ball.
Yeah, I'll give it a couple more seconds. That does look like yeah, again it was a great race.
Oh, brilliant race all round, you know, battles all over the place. In literally not really much in the way of like contact spin-offs, to be honest, so, you know, good cleaning out there, guys.
Absolutely. Right, I believe now we've got what, 7 players in the lobby, so that's a good enough. That's good enough to get them all in. So let's see then. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Right. Let's have a look at some of these. I think that's it for now. Who else was there? Let's have a look. Yes, okay. Again, it's just a case of inviting everybody. Always tough to try and remember who's where. I've invited this lot. Right, let's see who else is still left. Okay. Right then. Okay. Right. So first person in this lobby was Blizzard. So Blizzard, first race on a wheel. Talk us through it.
Well, I should have done race practice really, but I didn't do any. But I'll probably run it next week. But that was just horrible. As soon as you spin once, you can't keep it on the road again.
Yeah. So the deficit now is down to 26 points, and it's safe to say then that Darren Sinclair and Lambo there have drawn themselves back into a championship fight. So how much pressure does that put on you then? 3 races to go, 26 points.
Well, I'm actually quite good at Abu Dhabi. I could probably just go back on pad.
Ah, but Abu Dhabi, we're talking Mexico next, Blizzard.
I know. I have no idea how good. I'm not good on Mexico on my pad. So I hope I'm good on it on my wheel.
Absolutely. Are you going to go for some race practice then?
Not now. It's got 2 days.
Well, you can do a lot in 2 days, that's for sure.
But I'm also not Dash Best.
Well,
I don't know who that is.
Well, There we go. Yeah, so the question still remains then, are you still confident?
Not as much, but still, I reckon I can win the championship.
And again, three-way battle now for the title. I think 26 points separates you and Darren now. I have to. It's maths amount of points away from you and Lambo. But yeah, two other great drivers who put in a great shift today. It must be a little bit hot under the collar for you.
Well, not right now. It'll be after next race, most likely, once I crash off again.
And yeah, so Mexico then. Are you confident?
No, I hate it. Disgraceful
Brilliant.
track.
always good.
Because I don't like it.
Oh, great stuff. So it's fair to say then, you've got a good chance of bringing everyone back in. Then should we expect the championship lead to be 1 point?
Probably.
Oh, we all know you, Blizzard. You're going to fight to the end then.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Thanks for talking to us, Blizzard. Even after that race, and we will see you at Mexico.
Take you.
Oh, oh no! Did I cause the slipstream glitch? Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. my
It
my
didn't affect me because you joined back and then I crashed out. So.
yeah. You see. Anyway, it wouldn't be
Don't
one of my.
break the connections.
Anyway, Lambo,
Good evening.
how are you?
Good year.
Yeah,
Good
not
race.
too bad, not too bad. Yeah, you were right on Darren's tail. You seemed to close up all through that second stint. Talk us through it.
Well, I myself was mainly focused for the race. I was quite surprised qualifying so high, to be honest. But yeah, my race went well. My setup was very high downforce. I didn't think I had a moment really. Maybe right behind Darren. And Darren pit quite early, so my tyres were a lot better than his. I was catching, but I got a penalty right at the end as well. It didn't help, so I just kind of backed off. I knew Darren didn't have any penalties.
Yeah, I was just like, how's those commentary, Lambo? Like watching your timings, to Darren, like coming down gradually. I was saying to Kieran, I was saying like a couple of laps near the end, we're going to be like be in for a treat, and we were looking so good, and then you got 3-second penalty. I was just thinking, no,
Yeah. I dove just right at the inside as well into the first corner and backed out of it. I didn't want to knock us both out a bit, so I backed out and then I pushed too hard and it was gone.
So this sort of result brings you into a championship fight. Although you might be the outside chance, this brings you into into it.
No, I go on holiday next week, so I missed the last two races.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was just trying to increase the gap to Troy and try and hold third.
Oh, what might have been, eh, Lambo?
Exactly.
Well, is that it then? Is that your season done, or are you here for Mexico?
We'll see. Depends on the England result, I guess.
Why do I feel like that's going to be a theme for Thursday?
Yeah.
Look, Lambo, we've qualified either way. Just
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
and okay, so if you do race at Mexico, what's your track like?
I kind of like the track. Yeah, it's good. I don't know how last season went, but if Blizzard is not great, then that's an advantage, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, Lambo, thank you for talking to us, and hopefully
Cheers.
we'll see you in Mexico. Hopefully England wins, so you join us.
Yep, hopefully.
Right, let's see who's next. It's Spike. Spike, I'm so sorry for losing that slipstream for you. I can only apologise, but talk us through the race.
Yeah. As soon as you left, I lost slipstream, and Technique Gaming was so slow. I mean, crazily slow. But he just had just enough traction coming out of the corner onto the main straight where I just could not get close enough. And one lap I just about got within a sort of a range, so I just went for a dive and managed to make it stick. And then from there, obviously by that time Darren and Lambo had already pissed off, so I was like, well, I'm not going to catch them. I pitted, and then I got held in the pits for 3 seconds for no reason. I don't even know what that was about. Literally, there was no one in the pit lane, and I just got held. So I was like, okay, great. It's another 3 seconds, which meant I had to then re-overtake Technic Gaming again. And then I had really bad tyre wear, like really bad. I've never experienced it that bad before around this track. To the point where I got a puncture on lap 27, and that's why I dropped off the track on around the fast right-hander. So that was great.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to pit for ultra softs on lap 27 at the end of lap 27.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that was a potential podium gone then. So that must have been pretty frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, I had good pace compared to like the start of the stint. I was closing Lambo, and then the other tyres just fell apart. I don't know why. Setup's no different from before. Same setup. I've always used around this track, but this time the tyres just melted.
So heading towards the next race then, towards Mexico, are you confident?
We'll see what Codemasters brings.
Yeah, we'll see what my connection does for you that race, eh?
Nah, look, listen, the slipstream thing, it could happen to. I mean, you weren't the only one to leave, so I expect whoever left would, you know, the people that crashed out left, so it probably would have happened at some point anyway. So it's one of them things, but it was just frustrating because I was just that much quicker than Technique Gaming. He was falling off the track nearly every corner, extending the track to stay ahead of me as well, which is a little bit naughty, but that was one of them things. Yeah, never mind.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for talking to us, Spike, and hopefully we'll see you at Mexico.
Yeah, possibly. I'm going out to watch the England game, so I have no idea if I'm going to be back in time.
Oh, this England game.
Don't worry, Kieran, I won't be missing.
Great
free
stuff.
race for some of the guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Well then, thank you everyone for chatting to us. We'll wrap up the stream unless Steph comes in late. Oh no, Steph's here. All right then, so we will wrap up the stream.
I'm still there.
How's your race go, Steph? Oh wait.
Well, my race in the box has been brilliant. Just going round in circles, literally.
I'm looking forward to listening to your docile tones, my friend.
Oh, you're so nice, aren't you, Spike?
Well then, thank you guys for sticking around. We'll wrap up the stream and we'll see you all at Mexico.
Bye.
Well then, Steph. I think that was a good race, don't you?
It was indeed a very, very good race. Literally, everyone was having good battles all over the place, and great driving from everyone. So, well done to all.
Absolutely. Good clean driving for the most part. In fact, for the majority of it, I think. A couple of contacts, but everyone seems to be very happy with that, apart from the ones that weren't. Great commentary, love it. Anyway, so we'll move on to the next race then, which is in Mexico. Slightly later start of 9 PM because of the England game, if you haven't figured that out already. So we'll be live from about 5 to 9 on Thursday because of that. So, Steph, you'll be racing in that one, so...
I will be indeed.
You'll be handing the mic back to me. Yeah, exactly.
Indeed.
But until Thursday...
Oh, so England are playing? Do you say England are playing?
Yes. Yeah.
Apparently so, yeah.
Sure?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just been a rumour, I think. I don't think it's confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong rumour.
I haven't heard a lot about it, you know. Anyway, until Thursday, take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.